Hello, YouTubers, compatriots, friends, bootleggers, shills, peasants, debts, slaves, serfs, bottom feeders, enemies of the state, all the rest of you. I am a useful idiot, and I want to give a big shout out to Iceland. Iceland, you kick ass. You're a model for the rest of the world, and let's go through the gory details. In 2008, Iceland, your banks defaulted on $85 billion. By 2008, that same year, there was already riots and tear gas, so the population got out in the streets. Didn't take much to get them out there, and they actually pelted the parliament with rocks. I think that sets another fine example for the rest of the world. So remember that. When Iceland was raped by the bankers, they got out in the streets and they pelted the parliament with rocks. Iceland, you kick ass. So you got out in the streets and you demanded that your leaders and bankers answer for your country's economic and financial collapse. One of the few places we saw that immediately. And Europe and America are finally getting around to it. But Iceland was on to this 4 years ago. So big hats off to Iceland. I can't say it enough. And now they have they got a new prime minister in 2009. So they got rid of their dirtbag corporate puppet leader that led them down the path of banker occupation. They got rid of him right away. So there's another good example that Iceland has set. And since 2008, Iceland's banks have forgiven loans equivalent to 13% of their GDP. So they've actually gone out and taken some of the debt load off the average citizens of their countries instead of the model that we see over the rest of the world where they load up the middle class with even more debt and pass on all the toxic crap from the banks onto the backs of the taxpayers. So Iceland, you kick ass. I'll say it again and again and again. And now, Iceland's special prosecutor said it may indict as many as 90 people connected with the financial meltdown, while more than 200, including the former chief executives at the three biggest banks, are already facing criminal charges. In fact, their former prime minister, Gerhard, is going on trial for charges of negligence. So, I just want to say that, Iceland, you kick ass. I know. How many times have I said that? But I got to say it over and over and over again. Iceland, you kick ass. You totally kick ass. You kick ass on the rest of the world. Iceland, you kick ass. Your $13 billion economy shrank by 7% in 2009, 3% in 2010, and by 2011, your economy expanded by 2.4%. That's some of the highest growth in the developed world. And for the next couple of years, you're projected to have even higher growth. And the rating agencies all rate Iceland very high. And Fitch even said that they have to take their hats off to the unorthodox crisis policy response in Iceland that has succeeded so admirably. So even the rating agencies have to acknowledge that just by rejecting banker occupation, taking all the bankers out and having them face criminal charges and prison time, firing your government, and having debt forgiveness is the road to recovery in very short order, I might add. It's only taken them, 3-4 years to come out of this, while the rest of the world still wallows in economic collapse. So Iceland, you kick ass. Everyone look at Iceland and applaud them for making the right decision. One nation out of a world community of over 190. One nation took the right path. One nation, Iceland.